The UN General Assembly kicked off a marathon week of diplomacy with a summit for the future.
I called for this summit because our world is heading off the rails and we need tough decisions to get back on track.
The signature event adopted by consensus a wide-ranging pact for the future, a blueprint aimed at ensuring that international institutions can deliver in a world that has changed dramatically since they were created in 1945. Russia, which raised numerous objections to elements of the pact as the months-long negotiations were wrapping up last week, sought to amend the document moments before its adoption, but failed. The pact has lofty goals for eradicating poverty, ending hunger, and building peaceful and inclusive societies. It also seeks to bridge the digital divide. Now the hard work of implementing it begins.
But our people know instinctively that this will only be talk unless there's a fundamental change in what we do and how we do it, and who is seen and heard in the corridors of decision-making.
Hi, everyone. This is Dr. Sherry Tenpenny, and I want to do a quick update about a document that got passed by the United Nations this weekend called the Pact of the Future document. It's two parts, one on science and technology and one about the youth and future generations. It is quite egregious, and it was done by a procedure called the silence procedure, which makes it a pact. And if no one objected, it is automatically adopted and put into the record as being completely adopted. This is the World Health Organization's runaround, or end around. Since they were not able to get the World Health Organization treaty passed, they decided to take it to the General Assembly. And it is even more egregious than what the World Health Organization was wanting to get passed. Let me just read you something really quickly about what is inside of this pact that is now being accepted by 193 nations around the world and equally open-armed accepted by our current administration. Everyone, it says that this is the power structure, fully digital and maximized for the control of the masses. Everyone will be expected to have a biometric digital ID that marks them not just as citizens of an individual country, but as a global citizen. So anytime you hear global citizen or anytime you hear sustainability, think that this is an egregious thing that's happening at the level of the World Health Organization and the United Nations. Anyone that has a dissonant opinion will be labeled as misinformation, disinformation, or malinformation and memory hold. Perpetrators for unapproved information will be fact-checked and punished by the system, which will be operated and enforced by artificial intelligence. Punishments will include being locked out of one's bank account, being unable to make certain purchases, unable to get on an airplane, on a subway, drive on public roads. This is the future, according to the world's self-appointed overlords at the United Nations. These are unelected bureaucrats that are making decisions about our country, our sovereignty around the world. Nothing could be more important at this point in time than to get prepared. Have water, food, digital access, flashlights, a way to communicate with family and friends. Now is really the time to get involved and get prepared, because this is what's coming. Our Congress is sitting on its hands. There was a press conference on the 17th about this, and no further action has been taken. So it's up to us to mobilize and to go forward, particularly with your local sheriffs, to get your constitutional sheriffs to say, this isn't going to be allowed in my county. Thank you very much. Take action. We've been talking about the onset of one world order, one world government, one world religion, one world money for a long time. Well, it's no longer coming. It's here.
Dark and difficult times.
Shalom. First and foremost, we give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruchach Wadash, and double honor to the apostles, the bishops, elders at GMS. Shalom to you, brothers that's preaching and teaching this truth and sincerity across the four winds of the earth, right? And just real quick, but you've already seen it right now. I'm not going to record it and play it, but I'm just going to put it in the intro of the clip, about, 4 minutes and some change, about the UN and this system, you're right, that it's they're getting ready to pass, right, about the IDs and all these things, and the lady was speaking on it, was going into, you know, the change and all these things, but we know that all these, you know, the world is going digital, right, and everything is moving towards this digital age, which eventually is going to bring in, right, the mark of the beast, right. They already, King Charles said they were rolling it out over there in the UK on that side of the world, and we can all see where it's leading to, right. You know the journey, right, know the journey, and you'll know the outcome. You'll see the journey, right. You'll see the steps that they're taking to get to these points, right. Well, everybody is lollygagging, caught up in the affairs of this world, want to do this, want to do that, want to go here and do that, but the thing is, prophecy is playing out, and as we're getting closer and closer to the doors of mercy being closed, the grace period ending, right, the time of the prophets being on the highways and hedges, right, the Lord's getting ready to shut his men's mouth, right. All these things are coming down the pipeline because they're making it to where they're going to make it to where, you know, teaching the truth, being an Israelite is not going to be a cool thing, right. Everybody is happy about it. Now you got Israelites that really don't know what they're involved in. Put your fringes on, you're walking in Walmart, stopping people at the produce section, telling them they Israelites, and come on, sister, you got a second, you're trying to break down the word in Walmart, doing all these things. But that time period, that persecution is coming. And a lot of Jake is not, you know, focused on that. They're focused on the sweet aspect, right? But with that sweet is going to come that bitter as well. You see, and that's what we also have to focus on. Yeah, you know, coming into your heritage and waking up to who you are and all these things is fun, right? Of course. But we have to understand what that's going to come with, right? Where all that partying and mirth and all that stuff is not for that time, right? That's going to come in the future. That's going to come in the kingdom. Right now, you know, we're getting ready to enter into some perilous times, and be constantly keep talking about, people tired of hearing about it, whatever the case, but it doesn't matter, right? That is not. It's very important that you know that, right? That you're meditating on those things, that we're speaking on these things, because that's what's important. That's the time period that we're living in, right? You're not living in the time period of we about to just party and Israelite marriage and doing all that. Yeah, do we have fun? Yeah, do we, you know, indulge in things? Of course, absolutely. Do we have pastimes? We go to the movies, hang out with our women or whatever the case, of course, right? But that's not the full. That's not our full-fledged focus about what's going on, man. And that's something that we always have to keep in mind. Like, things are about to get deadly serious out here, right? And people don't really understand that, but you know, that's what is important. Esau is getting ready to put the squeeze, and faith is going to have to be applied at all time, and that's why you have to start storing your faith and your trust and all those things now. Jake wants to sit there and wait until it's too late. No, now is that time, right? It's going to be something like the earth has never seen before. And before it gets to that point, before it gets that bad, it's going to gradually get worse. You see, it's just going to gradually decline. And faith, you're going to have faith, man. There ain't going to be no food, there ain't no water, no nothing. Safety, and we're going to have to solely rely on the Lord, man. And understand that He's in control of all things. And whatever situation we're in it. And if we're meant to get out of it, the Lord's going to make a way. And we have to believe that. So, And seeing these things is beautiful, but it's understanding that it's going to get worse, right? Before we get out of here, because that's the only way we can get out of here. Esau has to make his move so the Lord can make his move, and then we can get out of here. Like a lot of Jake don't want to talk about that because you think we've been through enough already. You know you haven't been through anything. But that's the only way, man. As this world is crumbling, everything's changing, war brewing up, and all these things happening. It's just like, hey, keep watching, keep praying, and keep it the faith, man. We have to just keep pushing, man. Keep fighting the good fight of faith. Because Esau is not going to stop. He has a goal that he's trying to accomplish. He wants that NWO established. So when you understand that, right, understand those things, you know he's not in it. Then he's not just gonna just hand you over, and no, he's gonna go out with a fight. This is his last time to do what he's getting ready to do. So he's gonna go all out. But that means the Lord is gonna go all out. And that's why they said the Apostle Paul, that the just shall live by faith. And see, when you read Hebrews 11 chapter, all about faith, man, about our forefathers, man. See, and that's what's important to really understand. That's what needs to be talked about. Right, Jake is such an asshole. Jake is like, all y'all talk about is Marvin the Beast in trouble, and with your lip hanging, purple ass, black and mild lip. But it's like you complain about the videos, but you click on them. You see the title, you see the thumbnail if there's one, and you click on it and get mad. That's Jake. Jake would be tired of hearing about prophecy, and then click on the video that got prophecy in it, and then get on the comment board and type something about how mad you are about it, all you talking about. Well, nigga, stop clicking the video then. You see? Yeah. Jake gonna learn the hard way. But I want to get the scripture. We all know and love, man, because it's getting closer and closer to that time. Revelation 13:6, and he calls it, right, all, both small and great, right, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, right, in their right hand or in their foreheads. It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark. It says, or the name of the beast. It says, or the number of his name. And we know the digital ID is not the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast is the RFID chip, right? But that's leading to that. We still got a long way to go before the end of the so-called 2026. So who knows what's going to play out. We know, what's it, June? It's June. Next month, the Americans are going to be celebrating their 250-year anniversary, which is the average lifespan of empires. Right, it was a video. I forgot the dude's name. But if I can look it up, I can find it. It's a dude that went into a video about Rome. Right, and how America is mimicking pretty much the same characteristics of what led to the fall of Rome. But here, let's see. I'll just play some of it. Let's see if I can find it here. Rome. Same characteristics, same as America. America's fall. I'll play it a little bit because I got it from the Elder Yashimoma. It's from I'm not gonna play the video, but I just want to find the dude's channel. I can't remember. I should subscribe to him. He makes actually some good videos.
Throughout history, the world's greatest empires have fallen, not by invasion.
How can empires... Here are 6 reasons why the United States
Rome's fall. America following its footsteps. I definitely just butchered that. I just a little bit tired. What is the dude's name, man?
you know, you
Sort of popped up. America. Let's do America. And Slocky, man, bear with me. Nah, I'm really trying to find. Now I'm like
you,
bent on finding this man's. Bear with me. Okay, I'm back. I found it. I don't know if this is the dude's channel though. I would have to go back and find the video from the Elder Yashawama because he played it to see the YouTube name from that video. But this is the video right here that I was just talking about, that I was trying to find, and he explains pretty much how America is mimicking the same patterns that ancient Rome had, and how when they were following the signs that were there, and America is mimicking those exact signs. But also he spoke about the average, I don't know where it was in this video, but I think it's near the end probably, that he spoke about the average lifespans of empires. And it came around to around 250 years.
The interest payments on the U.S. national debt
But
are
this
now
is a
high.
good video. I ain't gonna play it.
If you could travel back in time to the Roman Forum in the year
Just go
100
type in
AD,
the wealth collapse, because I don't know the actual dude's channel. This might be his channel, like a backup channel or something. I don't know, but it was this channel. But then it was also, I just subscribed. I just found that it's this right here, the Wealth Records. I'm really, it's the same guy, I believe. And he makes videos just about a lot of stuff, right? Which you can make plenty of videos about, but he makes a lot. I guess I don't really watch him that much, but I know this video about Rome and stuff is really good.
you would be standing in the center of the
check this
human
out.
universe. The marble was
But
white, the legions
that
were undefeated,
is
and the economy...
what's going on in the world that we are fastly approaching. Right, things are getting ready to change. Life is about to shift, and we have to understand those things and prepare. Right, and not as in go to the store and buy all the damn Cheetos and all the water. No. And now if you're at the store and you want to, things start to get a little bit worse, if you want to buy an extra case of water or whatever the case, you know, there's nothing wrong with doing that. But we have to understand that you doomsday prepping is not, first of all, it's not the right spirit to be in, for one. And two, understand that that's not going to save, because you might store all this food and you might not even have access to it. The deal might go down and shit to pop off and you're at work and you can't even get back to your house or apartment, or whatever the case may be. So there's going to be just a lot of different scenarios that's going to be happening, right, in the time to come, where you might be all over the place, man. But we know we're going to have to be as pilgrims. You're going to be able to walk around with a whole damn 24 case of water. Right, it's just not going to be a thing. Right, as we see, we're getting closer and closer every day, every minute, every second, month, you know, that goes by. We're one closer to finally be able to live, right, enjoy real food, you know, and not have to worry about this life and the cares of this world anymore, man. All right, we're coming into perilous times, dangerous times, but hey, you keep praying, man, and keep fighting the good fight of faith, because that's what matters, man. So that's it. That's all I want to talk about. Not to be a super long lesson, but I wanted to do a quick hit on that video. All right, shalom.